Welcome to our podcast, where we explore fascinating stories and ideas from various fields. In this episode, we explore NASA links eclipse to Jesus' crucifixion date. A NASA discovery might be proof that the most famous biblical event did occur, and also tells the exact date it happened. Scientists at the space agency built an astronomical model that suggests a lunar eclipse turned the moon red over Jerusalem on Friday, April 3rd, 33 AD. This is the date people historically link to Jesus Christ's death. Science and religious texts have not been in alignment as much. However, a NASA study proving that a historical event happened on the same day as mentioned in the Bible sends things into a tizzy. The Holy Book says that after Jesus was crucified, a spooky sky show followed as Christ was on the cross. From noon until 3 in the afternoon, darkness came over all the land. The translation of Gospel verse Matthew states, "The event that NASA describes happened on the same day as the event described in the Bible, a lunar eclipse." The discovery lends credibility to the crucifixion of Jesus. It confirmed that, according to data from their sky tracking tech, the ancient eclipse was visible in Jerusalem shortly after sunset. The first time the eclipse theory was brought up was by Oxford University researchers Colin Humphreys and W. Graham Waddington. A translation of Acts in the Bible reads, "The sun will be turned to darkness and the moon to blood before the coming of the great and glorious day of the Lord." Experts have had conflicting views over this passage and what it might refer to. It was spoken by the Apostle Peter 50 days after the crucifixion. Another forecast from the Old Testament, Joel issues an eerie warning, "The sun shall be turned into darkness and the moon into blood before the great and terrible day of the Lord comes." Some historians believe that the passage refers to the return of Jesus Christ. However, Humphreys and Waddington studied it in depth and say it is about the spooky events that happened on the fateful day. Their research points to a passage in the New Testament. "At his crucifixion, the sun was darkened. The stars appeared, and in all the world, people lighted lamps from the 6th hour till evening. The moon appeared like blood," reads a passage from the report of Pilate. They believe that the passage proves that the lunar eclipse that occurred on that day is the same as the one mentioned in the passage. NASA's revelation lends credibility to their research. They also point to Peter's quote, "The sun shall be turned into darkness," and state that it references Matthew and aligns with the 3-hour blackout reported in the Gospels. NASA stated, "Christian texts mention that the moon turned to blood after Jesus' crucifixion, potentially referring to a lunar eclipse, during which the moon takes on a reddish hue." Thanks for tuning into this incredible story. If this episode resonated with you, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button for more captivating stories to come. Stay tuned.